The man lifted his camera to take a picture of his wife. But when the photo developed, something was wrong. His wife looked the same except she was wearing a fur coat. He thought maybe the camera had glitched. Then his wife opened a trunk and pulled out that exact coat. She stood by the bed, striking the same pose from the picture. Now she looked identical to the photo taken 5 minutes ago. The man explained what had happened, but his wife couldn't believe it. She pointed the camera at the door and took another shot. When the film developed, her brother stood in the doorway. She froze. Her brother was in prison, he couldn't be there. But seconds later, the door swung open. Her brother stepped inside, saying he had just escaped. The couple stood speechless, stunned by what they saw. His pose matched the photo perfectly. After a long talk, they reached one conclusion. The camera could capture what would happen 5 minutes into the future. And just then, a horse race came on TV. That gave them a dangerous idea.
They immediately went to the racetrack. Before the race began, he pointed the camera at the scoreboard. He pressed the shutter and took a photo. The picture showed horse number 6 winning the race. After seeing the result, he placed his bet right away. But when the race started, number 6 ran terribly. Everyone grew nervous and anxious. Just as the first horse was about to cross the finish line, number 6 suddenly sped up and took first place. They jumped with excitement. The result matched the photo perfectly. Greed slowly swallowed their hearts. They kept betting again and again. Their winnings grew larger each time. They had lived at the bottom of society, but now they spent money like kings. They bought luxury goods and even ordered a limited edition car. While celebrating in the hotel, a housekeeper came to clean. He picked up the camera curiously. The man warned him to be careful. The housekeeper asked if the camera would stop working after 10 photos, because underneath it said, each owner could only take 10 pictures. They had never noticed that before. They pushed the housekeeper out right away. Then they started counting the photos they had taken, 2 at home and 6 at the racetrack. Only 2 chances remained. Soon they began to argue over the last 2 shots. The man wanted to use them to make more money. His wife said they already had enough. Her brother suggested selling the camera. Their fight turned violent. During the struggle, the shutter clicked again. The photo showed the wife screaming in fear.
Why do you think she's screaming, Woodward? I'll tell you why she's screaming. She's screaming because somebody's trying to do something to her husband. Some stupid, no-good ex-con who wants to get that camera and doesn't care how he gets it.
The man's face went pale. If the camera predicted a tragedy, he decided to stop it before it happened. He pulled out a weapon. He aimed it at his wife's brother. The two fought near the window. They lost balance and fell out together. The wife screamed exactly like the photo. Losing both her husband and her brother broke her completely. But when she saw the piles of money in front of her, her sadness disappeared in an instant. Compared to that wealth, grief meant nothing. She picked up the camera and walked to the window.
For posterity, boys. Simply for posterity.
Prepared to leave with the money, the housekeeper burst into the room. He had been listening outside the entire time. He said she did not deserve this fortune. He stuffed the cash into his pockets. The woman threatened to call the police, but he laughed and said her brother was an escaped convict. If she called the police, she would be arrested instead. He stole everything and left only the camera for her. Then he looked closely at the newest photo. It did not show the bodies. It showed 3. The woman ran to check in panic. She tripped on a wire and fell out the window. The housekeeper smiled in satisfaction. He compared the picture to the scene below. Every detail was exactly the same. But he realized the photo didn't show just 3 bodies.
4.